What's up, YouTube? I know I look a mess right now. Do not judge me, okay? I just was sitting outside getting some sun, and it is the Sabbath, so I gotta go pick up my food for dinner tonight. It's so hot. I just want you guys to be able to hear me. Oh my god, why is this dude just like running like that? I just had like a message that I really wanted to something I just wanted to get off my chest, I guess. You know, with all of this stuff that's going on in the world as far as like coronavirus and yada yada yada, it's a lot of craziness going out here. And like the crazy thing to me is people are still freaking acting crappy to each other. Like, this is not the time, and it's just sad. And I just feel like this is why it's happening in the first place. Like, humans are known throughout history to just be crappy people, and it really makes me mad. It really does, because a lot of the times I'm on the end of the stick of people being crappy to me. Like, I'll be driving and, you know, like the road is starting to end and people just like want to zoom in front of you. Like, what? Like, I really want to know, what is it? Like, what triggers people to have like road rage and just be crappy people when it's time to drive? You know, like, why do we cut each other off? Why are you speeding so fast in front of somebody just to get one car ahead? Like, you really got to start looking at the things that you do, regardless. Like, it doesn't even just have to be about road rage. It's like, we all get triggered in some way and react stupid. Like, it's just the truth. Like, have some type of irrational reaction, whether it's spazzing on people, spazzing on the road, whatever it is. You gotta really figure it out. Like, why am I doing this? Why am I acting so crappy? Like, you know, we're just still acting crappy towards each other. People are still sub-posting, trying to... I'll be posting, like, what I want on my Facebook or anywhere online. And my opinion is my opinion. And, like you know, everyone's favorite saying, I said what I said. And that's that. Like, I don't know why people use their time to try to convince others of something they believe. Like, everyone swears they have it figured out. And, you know, I'm the type of person where I feel like I know my stuff, but I know I'm human too. So there's things that I know I'm very, very intellectual in, and I got my stuff together, but there's other things where I'm like, you know, I could be right or wrong, and I'm always open to growing. And it's like, everyone else just wants to talk to you just to talk at you. Like, they're not trying to come to like some mutual agreement. Like, people be like, well, let's discuss this. No, your intentions are to debate. Like, you don't have no intentions of trying to hear somebody out and having an open mind. And as soon as somebody says something triggering to you that you don't like, you want to challenge it. Like, and so as soon as you feel challenged by what somebody else is saying, that's when people stop hearing what somebody is saying and have like something formulated in their mind of what they're already saying. So now all they're doing is sitting here thinking about what they want to say, and they're not even listening to you. And it's like, in a time like this, I would think that people would be, you know, just changing who they are, but obviously not. And it's ridiculous to me. And then people get so mad about like the government not caring about us. Like, when did they ever care about us? They've been putting fluoride in the water. Healthcare should never not be free. Like, I don't think people sit here and think about this. And I'm not judging, because I've been there in a point in life where I wasn't like aware and, you know, kind of dependent on the system. And I just feel like this is our karma, like, straight up. I feel like we going through this stuff because, one, we're God's people, and we've given up on God and God's word. And we've given up on ourselves. Like, regardless of all the how do I want to say this? Regardless of, I guess, the time white people had, as we like to call it. Oh, you have a 400-year start, yada yada yada. Okay, but y'all still aren't taking initiative. Like, I've said before on my Facebook, You know, I'm not going to go about things this way anymore just because whatever, I just don't have time. But like I've said before, I would love to get a group of people just to go like start walking in grocery stores and taking the food and eating it. And people want to be like rah rah rah, like, you know, architectural and the people farmed it and stuff. And I get that. I totally get that. I get where people are coming from, but that at the same time, who asked these people to take control of it? Like, there's two sides of the coin. And so, like, when I'm saying something, I always have that other perspective in my mind. Like, I know how people think and feel and look at things. I already know that. So my perspective still has that in mind. And that's what people don't get when I'm saying stuff. And it's just like, you know, if you read the Constitution, it literally tells you you do not have to pay taxes. But what do people do? Still pay taxes. People are in some fear. People are all on my Facebook sending me messages and group messages, like, just with this fear mentality, this fear energy. You know, I'm not perfect. I get worried sometimes here and there, you know. But I know deep down inside that's just programming. And then people like get triggered off that and be like, LOL and stuff like, it's not funny. Just because I'm not scared like you are when it comes to this or that doesn't mean there's anything funny. I'm not scared. And I feel like my whole life I've always just been not scared to be myself, not scared of what everybody is talking about, and just always having an outlook that goes against what most people are thinking. And I feel like that's why I've kind of been like a loner my whole life, because I've always been around people who don't think like me. And I know they're out there, you know, but I know God has called me to be alone for a while. And I have people that I can share these things with, but for the most part, it's just like so annoying sometimes. And I try not to get annoyed. That's something I have to work on. But it's just so crazy to me, like, you know, still in that, everyone's like, I just want to go back to regular life. Like, I get it. But like at some point, we got to realize like this is something that continuously keeps happening in America, in society. Great Depression, all these things where they just have the ability, like one snap of a finger and it's done. And then like you think they care about us, like healthcare isn't free. They're telling us to take all these medicines and stuff when honestly I haven't took medicine since like 2016. Like for my period, I get really bad cramps and I would take like Midol and stuff, and I started throwing it up, like to the point where I was like this, like trying to swallow turmeric powder and stuff, because I had to do something. Like they were just horrible, to the point where I just had to start using essential oils and hot water because I was throwing up all the medicine because my body was rejecting it. And so anytime I have like a headache or I don't feel good, I have a stomach ache, I ran to essential oils, because like especially lavender, it really calms me down. Like anytime I feel like I'm about to throw up, lavender does wonders. I drink a lot of tea. I haven't got sick. Like, you know, when everyone was getting sick this year, like November, December, January-ish, which I think has a lot to do with the coronavirus. I didn't get sick. Everyone in my house got sick but me. Like, I had a sore throat the other day, but I don't know if it's from like all of this stuff that's going on or because I had the freaking air on. I mean, the fan on and like the windows open, because usually when I have the fan on, I get a sore throat because my body's very sensitive. And I haven't really got sick like that in a while. Like, and if I do get sick, I'm telling you, it's like 1 or 2 days. Like, I don't know. I have a really good immune system, and I don't take vitamins like that. I just drink like a lot of tea, and I don't fear things. Like, you know, it's just that simple. I don't fear anything, and I feel like when you put fear into yourself, that has a lot to do with how things can play out for you. You know, I believe your DNA can hear you, and what you claim over your life is what's gonna happen. But yeah, man, it's just giving me a headache. Like, I've ran into some really cool people though, like that gave me free stuff. Like, I had this dude buy me waters because Walmart was like, oh, you can only buy 2 waters. I'm like, okay, now y'all want to limit how much water we could buy after everybody done bought up everything. Like, y'all should have been did that when y'all first seen people bulk buying. And like when I went to Sprouts, they gave me some free corn tortillas, which were really good. But just the fact that people are still being ugly to each other, still depending on this stuff, it's like, bro, we have got to change. And yeah, like, that's all I had to say, because I just feel like this is not the time. This is not the time to be looking outside of ourselves. This is not the time to be acting ugly towards other people. Like, fix yourself. Fix yourself. And I'm talking to myself too, because I still be spazzing when I get annoyed. Not gonna lie. So that's all I wanted to say, man. I'm about to go get this food. Happy Sabbath, y'all. Shabbat Shalom. Yeah, gang, gang. If you don't know what that is, look it up. But yeah, I'm about to go grocery shopping. I love y'all, man. Peace.